back in the spin room 1 hour ahead of the debate with Robert Kennedy Jr., former presidential candidate, now member of Trump's transition team. Nice to see you, sir. Thank you very much. I think it's interesting as we watch you walking around here that you have by far the largest media entourage of any of the surrogates, either Democrat or Republican. Why do you think that is?
I don't know. You'd have to ask them.
Ask them. But at the same time, Democrats are trying to use your support of Donald Trump as a wedge issue against Donald Trump. Democrats are saying that your support of him is a reason to vote against him. Are you worried at all about that?
I'm not worried because I'm looking at the polls, and the polls are saying otherwise. And
the polls are saying your voters are going to him.
Not only my voters, but there's been on 8 Silver, I just saw this yesterday, since, the last day of the convention, which was the day I endorsed, there's been a 40% or 30% shift in probability that Donald Trump wins the election. They're from 40% to now 70%. So I don't think...
So you think it's an unfair attack?
Whether it's unfair or not is debatable. I don't think it's accurate.
What are you looking for from Donald Trump tonight to speak to your voters, a lot of whom were disenfranchised Democrats?
What I've been saying is that the Democratic Party of Robert Kennedy and John Kennedy does not exist anymore. The Democratic Party, which I grew up with, was the party of peace. It was the party of resisting the corporate domination of our country. It was the party of civil rights, including constitutional rights and particularly freedom of speech. It was the party that protected vulnerable population, particularly children. And today's Democratic Party is the party of war. Vice President Harris during the convention had this extraordinarily bellicose speech, like nothing I've ever seen in a Democratic convention before. She was preceded onto the dais by a CIA director and by generals, and this has never happened. And you've seen over the past week, you've seen Dick Cheney and John Bolton and 225 neocons endorse Vice President Harris. They're not endorsing her because they have changed. They're endorsing her because the Democratic Party.
Mark Halperin made that point that the Cheney endorsement is going to be a boom for Donald Trump because you agree.
I would agree with that because it exposes what's happened to the Democratic Party. These are the people who gave us the Patriot Act. And there's a
what do you make
line.
though?
I thought
the conversation with Madeline Dean, though, Congresswoman from here in Pennsylvania, was quite interesting because she kept talking about your father and your uncle as the Democratic Party she believed in. And the implicit statement was that you don't represent the Democratic Party she believes in. Where's the disconnect?
Well, my father and my uncle, incidentally, came from a tradition of challenging Democratic Party presidents. My family's been doing that from the beginning of time. My Uncle Joe, supported Congressman Foley against President Roosevelt. My father ran against President Johnson, the incumbent president of his own party. And a lot of, the liberals during that day were not supporting my father. The liberals voted for Gene McCarthy. I think my father today, if my father were alive today, he'd be exactly where I am.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.